Now, while I'm waiting for that to dry, look at this first bit that I put out there. It's solid as a rock. You can pick it up in one piece, and this is just hard, and it didn't take very long for it to dry. Quick set, look at that. That's why you got to get it out of your mud pan, okay? So now, I'm not going to use any more quick set, and I left that in there just a little bit, and it's already firming up in here. Won't be using any more quick set for this project. So this time I'm going to clean my pan out nice and good. Get the edges on here, the outside edges, everything. So I'm ready to put my regular mud in this pan. I'm going to use this same pan for the regular mud, but see, because this stuff gets so hard, if I had little bits in here and if it got in the other mud, can you see when I put it on, I get those little bits in there, it would drag lines in my finish. Well, that's the most important thing you don't want is all those little tidbits in here. So clean your pan out really good. While I'm waiting for everything to dry, you want to clean off your knives, your blades. These are called broad knives. Last thing you want is to use these with all this dry material on here. You're not going to get a good, nice, tight edge when you start working with the next mud, okay? So clean that off all the way around, even these little edges, and even on the front, both ways. Because if you just think, oh, that's clean enough, there's little ridges on this stuff. And this is going to drag through your next go. And that's going to cause little lines. Just that little bit right there. So I do this especially after using quick set, because I'm going to use these same broad knives for my all-purpose joint compound. Here's my 4-inch broad knife. I got a 6-inch broad knife. I've got the 3-inch broad knife. And usually I use that for all kinds of stuff. And usually I use that to mix up the mud and all that. I don't generally use this on the walls or ceilings. Maybe sometimes put tape on or something. Or if I got a really small little patch to do that's only an inch wide, I'll use something like this. Okay? Figure since I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll show you a couple other things. Got just a crummy old paintbrush or a putty knife. It's plastic. Sometimes I'll have to cut that to get in little small areas. And then here's another broad knife. This one's a 10-inch. And I'll use that one to float over a seam and bridge it out further. Okay? And I even use this trowel. I might even use that up there. This is 11-inch trowel. Here's your 10-inch broad knife, 3-inch, 6-inch, 4-inch. They even have one like this that's an 8-inch that you can get, and you can even get a broad knife like this that's a 12-inch. I've seen the 12-inch, and I think they might even have a 14-inch. You do something like that, you have to get a different type of pan, and I've just got a plain old plastic sheetrock pan. It's got metal edges on there, and you can use something like that, but if you're gonna, it's way cheaper to use that than a metal stainless steel pan. But the stainless steel pan, you know, if you're gonna do a lot of patches, the pans are more expensive, but they're well worth it. They'll last for a good long time. So once you start getting good, you know, you can start saving your money. Instead of paying somebody else to do the job, do it yourself, save some money, and you'll have some extra money for some tools. You'll still be able to do it yourself and do it cheaper, and you'll be able to do it good. Why? Because you watched Joe. That's why. Use this water bottle. And I don't use that to drink out of, I've carried that around for years. I don't know how old that is, maybe 6, 7 years old. And I use that to pour water in here when I'm mixing up my lightweight quick set. My quick set materials, anything that I have to mix up. Gives me more control. I've seen some people, I even carry a water bottle with me, and this water bottle, I don't use it to drink out of. This water bottle, oh, I don't know, it might be like 8 years old. And I just save that with me, and I fill it up with water, and then I mix up my quick set with that. It's much easier to unscrew this and just pour in a little bit, mix up a little bit, dab a little bit more water in there, and stuff like that. Last thing you want to do is start mixing this up by your kitchen sink or a bathroom sink. Trust me, it all blows all over when you're mixing it up wrong, and then you try to put a little bit more water in, and then all of a sudden you get too much, and now you got mess going on around your sink and counter, and then you get in trouble. That's right, I know you're going to get in trouble if you do that. Okay, another good reason why I use this craft paper, I can just set it down here, mix it up right here, chop this off, throw that away, fold it up, throw it away. This stuff is already, look at this, it's already dry enough. I can just pick this up in a big old chunk and throw that away, throw that in the garbage, and then fold this all up and throw it out with the craft paper. Okay, so another important tool, believe it or not. Now you might be wondering, hey Joe, how come you don't have a stainless steel pan? Are you cheap or something? Do I have to answer that? Yes, I am a little cheap, but the main reason is I'm doing this for your benefit. I want you to see that yes, you can do it with a plastic pan. You don't have to go out and spend all this money on high-end tools and stuff, especially if you don't even like doing this, you know? Start off cheap and ask yourself, if you like doing this or not. You know, if you don't want to put too much money in your tools and stuff, and then find out after one patch, oh, this isn't for me. You know, that would be a waste. You know? That's why I use this plastic pan for now. Might graduate one of these days to a new pan, but until then, I want you to see that if I can do it, you can do it. Oh yeah. Here's a tip for you. When you have just a little bit of quick set left, and if you ask yourself, I hardly have any left in here. If you say, well, there's hardly enough left for anything, I'm just going to throw this away. Don't do that. I hardly had any in here, and when I brought this bag over here, I wasn't even sure if I was going to have enough to do that patch up there. And as you see, I'm throwing away that much, and I still have a little bit left for another patch, some dings on the wall, whatever. Okay, so a little bit goes a long way. And the good thing about having some of this around, this bag here is probably a couple years old. I've been using 45-minute for quite a while, and I had this up in storage, and I'm glad I had that because it finished my project off. You can store that for just about ever, you know. So that's another good thing I like about quick sets, because it's in the dry form. You can store it and forget about it.